Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video we will finish chapter 6 of aldehydes and ketones. This part 3. We talked before in the last two videos in part 1 about naming of aldehydes and ketones, and in part 2 how to prepare aldehydes and ketones and the reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Remember, preparing aldehydes and ketones from oxidation of primary and secondary alcohols, and the reduction of aldehydes and ketones is the opposite of oxidation. Now we will talk about another important reactions. Number 1, the reaction of aldehydes and ketones with HCN or NaCN in the presence of HCl. You will add, if the reaction with HCN or NaCN plus HCl, you will add two things. You will add H and Cn. You will add what and what? H and Cn. Where H will be added beside O after you remove the double bond. After you remove the double bond, you will add H beside O. It is circled on the right. And you make a new bond with carbon to Cn. Also down, you will find R, C double bond, O, R dash. R and R dash, this CH3, CH3, CH2, and maybe hydrogen in aldehydes. So plus NaCN, CH is added beside O after we remove the double bond and make it single bond, and down we make a new bond with Cn. Now we will see examples about the reaction with HCN and NaCN with HCl. In example 1, you will see CH3, C double bond OH, this aldehyde, ethanol, plus NaCN and HCl. What you will do, you will add H and Cn. Where H will be added, you will add it after you remove the double bond with oxygen. You make it single bond, then you add H beside O and make a new bond between carbon and Cn. Also down you have CH3, C double bond O, CH3. This is ketone. This propanone plus HCN or NaCN in the presence of HCl. What will happen? See, you will make a new bond between carbon and Cn and remove the double bond between C and O, make it single bond and add hydrogen. So this the reaction between an aldehyde or a ketone, it doesn't matter, with HCN or NaCN with HCl. You will add two things, H and Cn. H beside O after you remove the double bond and make it single bond, and you make a new bond between carbon and Cn. The mechanism of this reaction, it means the details of this reaction, how this reaction it occurs. We add H and Cn, but which one is added firstly before the other? Firstly, Cn attack carbon due to the opposite charge. It attacks carbon and make a bond, new bond between carbon and Cn. Then the bond between O and H will be formed as you see in the reaction in details. But this when I asked you about the mechanism. But if I asked you to write the equation or the reaction, you add only H and Cn. After that, another important test, it is very important, how to differentiate or compare between aldehydes and ketones. If you have two test tubes, A and B, one contains aldehyde and one of them contains ketone, but you don't know which one is aldehyde and which one is ketone. So how can you compare between them? You will use Fehling solution or Tollens reagent. If it gives a positive test, how can I know it is a positive test? With Fehling solution, the color change from blue to red orange or orange, and in Tollens reagent a silver mirror is formed. So if it gives a positive test, it is an aldehyde. But if there is no change with Fehling solution, the color remains blue unreacted, it means it is a ketone. And if it is clear with Tollens reagent, no silver mirror is formed, it is a ketone. So I can compare between aldehyde or test this is aldehyde or a ketone by adding Fehling solution or Tollens reagent. If it gives a positive test, the color changes, it is what? An aldehyde. But if it gives a negative result or a negative reaction, so it means it is a ketone. Another important test, the iodoform test or iodoform reaction. Remember this test or this reaction, we take it before. It tests the presence of methyl group bonded to C double bond O. And how can I know it is positive? It gives a yellow precipitate of iodoform CHI3. Again, it tests the presence of methyl group CH3 bonded to CO. And if it is positive result, you will get a yellow precipitate of CHI3. So now I test aldehydes and ketones. In aldehydes, only one aldehyde it can give a positive test. One aldehyde gives a positive test, it is ethanol. When I asked you explain why ethanol gives a positive result with iodoform or it forms a yellow precipitate when I add NaOH and I2, your answer will be what? Because it contains methyl group CH3 bonded to CO. Or you can write because it has the structure CH3 C double bond O. This structure, if it is present, it gives a positive test with the iodoform reaction. Let's see the examples of the iodoform. Firstly, if I have pentane 2 on or pentane 3 on, firstly I want from you to know if the compound give a positive or negative test. See the first one, 2-pentanone, it contains CH3 bonded to CO or not? Yes, on the right, see on the right, it has CH3 bonded to C double bond O. But 3-pentanone, no. From right or from left, no CH3. You will see it contains CH3, CH2, no. I said we test the presence of methyl CH3 bonded to CO. If you see in 3-pentanone, the second reaction, no methyl group on the right or on the left. So no yellow precipitate will be formed. So this the first important point. I know it gives a positive or negative. This in ketones. But in aldehydes, you know only one gives a positive result. It is ethanol. So the second point, when I write the equation, you can write the equation by two methods and both correct. By like it is written in number 1 or the last one. The last one, it is more easier for you. You write CH3, CH2, CH2, C double bond O, CH3. You write on the arrow without balancing I2 in the presence of NaOH. It gives you change C double bond O, you make it COONA. You change what? C double bond O, you make it COONA plus CHI3. Or you can write it like equation 1, but it is more difficult for you. So first point, you know it give a positive or negative result, and why, and how to write the equation. By this video we finished chapter 6, the aldehydes and ketones. Inshallah, in the next video we will start the last chapter, chapter 7, about carboxylic acids. Hope you understand this lesson. With my best wishes to all of you, please be careful and stay at home.